It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll be watching the Oilers' leader at quarterback. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Oilers and the Colts under the lights on Thursday night.
Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Under the lights, we'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. They're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are...
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
So 38. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw. Taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Oilers.
Owned back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Oilers sending it. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his 3rd year in the league.
The thing that stuck out to me, Mike, was when we met with him this week, immediately, right at the start of the production meeting, was his ability to take ownership of last week's loss. He said, listen, if I don't make those 2 interceptions, we probably win that game. And when you go back and watch the tape, I love how hard he is on himself. He played pretty good ball. If he can eliminate those couple bad throws, a couple bad decisions, when he's good, he is as good as there is in the NFL.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Oilers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's had a nose to the end zone all season long, and now here in the month of December, he is the NFL's leader this season for rushing touchdowns. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Second down and 3. Now, faking the give. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Third down. 3 to go. He'll drop to throw. That's caught! And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Oilers. 17 touchdowns now on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really came here with their second possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down. He'll look to throw. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll throw out of the gun. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Here now, 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Oilers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. He'll get this out wide. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look them up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 27-yard line.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Oilers offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the 1st quarter.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. He's got it. That's a 1st down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. 7-0 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He's going to look for the home run ball. That is hard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it. And the Oilers move out on top, 14-0.
Colts nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Colts offense make their way out to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. Room to run at the 40. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big play to kick off this drive. 33 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. He'll go right and find his running back. 10 yards the gain on the pitch and catch. 1st down, Indianapolis.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That is catch number 16 for the season.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll look to throw again. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll look to throw yet again. That one, take it in. Touchdown, Indy. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And he is the NFL leading rusher here in the month of December. A strong finish in the final stretch could earn him the crown. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The Colts offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard.
At the 14-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
On comes the punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more of this Thursday opener after this. Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw It brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Colts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Quickly to the outside and complete.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
Quick hitting slant there. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. Back to the air one more time. This one caught at the 4. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Colts.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. Now, after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday nighter to start the new NFL week. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Brock Purdy, a touchdown pass in the victory. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast in the afternoon window, one being out in Las Vegas, where it will be the Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. And then one more to highlight, Sunday Night Football, as the national audience will see a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Carry over. We're about to find out. Second half is underway. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Throwing right. It's taken in. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. The Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he is right up there in touchdown passes, as you see on that graphic, currently 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Slot receiver, headed right. Up the middle they go. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a give on the ground. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's a run going left. That's a gain of 16. This offense is coming. A 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the 1st half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then...
And he's in! Touchdown, Indy. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Colts have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game. kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Oilers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to about the 28-yard line. 2nd down and 8. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to get the 1st down. He is up past the 35-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. And it's probably a touchdown.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And now whistles as the challenge flag is out. And this last play will be reviewed. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. To the air now on 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll go right and find his running back. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a deep, let alone in the end zone. Those are plays you just have to make.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Colts add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the 4th quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Back to throw. This one complete right side. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Back to the air one more time. Oh, a man open right side. He's got him. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. They'll look to throw yet again. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. The ball's still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Oilers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike.
Now remember, all scoring plays are reviewed.
The previous play is under review.
Tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board.
Makes the score Colts 31, Oilers 24.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Handoff here, up the middle, and he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Out of a gun, here's a run up the gut. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
They'll try to get this one on the ground.
Another carry for the running back. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The Colts about set to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.